as somebody who experiences my own mental health issues, my friends also experience a huge amount of mental health issues. I mean, the number of times I've been called because my friends are like, I'm about to kill myself, or I don't want to go into details and everything, but there's been a lot of horrific situations where, these kids, these 13, 14, 15-year-olds, they're in a crisis mode, but they have no idea what to do. And their friends are like, you can't tell my parents, you can't do this because I'm going to kill myself. I'll hate you, whatever. So it's put in a pickle. You just have no idea what to do. I mean, it's like being inside of a box that's locked. Like, you don't have any idea how to break through it. And I think the thing that helped me the most is really understanding that in order to take care of my friends, in order to help the most amount that I'm capable of doing, I need to put myself first. I need to prioritize myself. I need to take care of myself, because if I'm not here, I can't help anybody. And so really, really, really emphasizing that and helping have these, conversations, just asking, are you okay? Like, to your kid who's dealing, who's helping their friends, are you okay? What can I do to help you? How can I help you help other people? If that makes any sense.
And how can we help your friends to get help? It needs to be more than you. That idea that it always has to be sort of the team approach. And just like when we were talking about the teachers being able to recognize the problem and respond to it warmly, but then to realize that no one holds all of those pieces to be able to help that person. And that we really, and this is something that the behavioral health support specialists do work on when they're working with youth in the schools, and youth sometimes will bring their friends, right? Or they'll talk about their friends, and you can see the stress of carrying that weight for their friends, where they talk about, okay, what is your side of the street and what is somebody else's side of the street? That idea that you don't have control over everything or everyone. You can respond, but you're not responsible for the outcomes of that. And so I think, again, it is partly an education process, and it's also that kind of warm relationship process. And it's a mix of those two things. And again, having those resources. And one exciting thing that's coming along is that they're just now doing pilots of the teen-to-teen mental health first aid. That should be being tested out at International Community School this year, with the hope that we'll be able to have the resources and the supports to roll that out kind of more in the district, so that it does that first educational piece for kids. But I think it's all of us, again, saying, it's good to be a loving, caring friend, and that's to do the part where I hear you, I see you, and I'm going to get you some help. And also about when not to kind of keep secrets, or, when privacy is a harmful secret. I mean, because I think that's a really hard thing for a 13-year-old to deal with, right? Yeah.
Developmentally, there is a point in a youth's life where their parents or their caregivers or their guardians are not the person to whom they go when an issue comes up. It becomes the circle of friends. It becomes that core group of people whose camaraderie, whose connection, whose similarity then dictates that person's actions and interactions. And that tends to be the safety net in which the kiddo will go to. Because I have this prevention mindset, here is what I would offer, and I need to say this very loudly and clearly. Suicide is an individual act. I don't care who you are and who you reach out to, whether it is your best friend, your parent, your grandma, your counselor, police officer, me, whoever. If somebody elects to commit suicide, it is a singular act, and it leaves in its wake a huge track of destruction, because everybody plays the coulda, shoulda, woulda game. And it is wildly unfair to those that were privy to that person's thought process. It is a single act. It is no way the fault of the person with whom they reached out to that act was committed. If it was, it wouldn't be suicide, it would be murder. So, to that end, with a prevention mindset, I think it is incredibly important to structure youth communication so that we're doing this before. We all know stop, drop, and roll, and duck and cover. How many fire drills and earthquake drills have we done in our lives? I think part of that discussion should also be for me to be a good friend to you. If this ever comes up, I want you to know unequivocally you can come to me. But also know that if you come to me with this, here are the things that I'm going to do. I will stick by you and support you the best that I can, and I'm going to reach out to an adult that can help. And if that adult can't help, I'm going to find another one. Do not ask me to keep a secret from your parents or your sister or your best friend. If you are coming to me because you feel this way, you are coming to me because you trust me now and you trust me in the future. So trust that you and I now have this agreement that if you say these words to me, send me pictures, say you're cutting, and it's non-lethal self-harm that could move into the realm of something more harmful, then I am going to reach out to somebody I trust. That way the onus is not on that youth if their friend does commit that singular act. And that act is not done in absentia, where a school program, a teen-to-teen counseling, or a peer-to-support counseling methodology, or even a school counselor or a first responder can reach out in a way that is helpful. The worst thing that you don't want to sit with is that I shoulda, coulda, woulda done something, and I shoulda never kept that secret. And as Ava was saying about prioritizing her sense of self and happiness first, if somebody comes to me that's suicidal, I have a disclosure statement. And it's very clear in federal and state law that if you come to me and say you want to harm yourself, harm someone else, or you can't take care of yourself, I don't get to keep that secret. If I keep that secret, I lose my license. If I keep that secret bad enough, I may go to jail. I'm a mandatory reporter. And I think that that mindset needs to be for anyone who's got a disclosure of suicide to them. You're a mandatory reporter because you are not able to handle that on your own, and you need to reach out to somebody. And having that discussion before something crappy happens is incredibly powerful.
Like, if you really think about it, nobody who loves their life is gonna go and scream at people. I don't know, the big changing moment is really just when somebody was blunt and asked me about it. It was like, are you going to kill yourself? And at that point, the answer was yes. But because I had that person to ask me it, and to be honest and to be okay with uncomfortable questions and uncomfortable conversations, that's how the difference, the really big difference was made, and, why I'm still here today. So, yeah.